So is it easier to stay in shape than to get in shape? So to break this down, remember Isaac Newton's law that an object at rest will remain at rest, and an object in motion will remain in motion. Basically, how to relate that to fitness terms is once you have the momentum of being in shape with your daily routine and having things dialed in, it's gonna be much easier to sustain that for years to come than not being consistent, going up and down like a roller coaster, because stopping and starting is much more difficult than being consistent. And the thing is about starting and getting in shape in your 20s, it makes it much easier to maintain as life goes on, as you get into your 30s, your 40s, when life just gets in the way in general. Because things are gonna come up, they always do, and you might have to skip a day, you might have to skip a week or two, or whatever it is. But if you're already in shape in your 20s and you did that while your T levels were naturally at their highest, it's gonna be much easier to sustain that and maintain it, because just say you take a week off or so, or something happens, like you're not gonna go from 100 to 0. It's gonna take a lot of time for you to get out of shape like that. Compared to where if you neglected your health and fitness in your 20s, or you didn't start until your 30s or even 40s, it's gonna be that much harder to get in shape because you're older, your T levels aren't as high, and you're just putting yourself at a much more of a disadvantage than doing it when you're younger, and you can actually make progress faster. So another reason why it's easier to stay in shape is because it actually gives you more leeway with your diet. When you have lean muscle mass, you can eat more and actually cheat a little bit more. When I say that, I mean cheat meals where you can sneak in junk food once in a while, and it's not going to affect you nearly as much as versus when you're starting out and you're trying to build that aesthetic physique and lean muscle mass that you want to. So yeah, you heard that right. The more muscle you have, the more you can actually eat and just basically get away with it. So especially during like the summer months or even the holidays, and there's a lot of temptations around you, you can get away with sneaking some of those in more rather than if you're not in shape. Now obviously this doesn't mean go over the top and just eat everything in sight, but you can allow, a few more than what you would before if you weren't in shape and still be okay. But still, even if you are doing this, you still want to keep things in moderation, because that's going to lead to eventually unhealthy habits, and if you do them for long enough, you will get out of shape. It's just a matter of time, but it's going to take you a lot longer. So eventually you'll reach a point in time where you've hit your natural peak and you're really doing maintenance lifting to just sort of maintain what you already have because you've hit your goal. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so when things get in the way and you get busy and you have to skip a few days or a week or two, you're actually gonna have more muscle memory, and it's gonna take less effort for you to get back into the routine because you already know what to do and been doing it for so long. You're always gonna need discipline, but you're gonna need less of it because you're already used to the routine from before. So again, it's a lot easier to get back on the horse after a week or two versus spending months, years just not doing that, and because it's going to make it that much harder to get back that momentum. So with all that being said, it is much easier to stay in shape rather than get in shape from scratch or taking a lot of time off. So I hope this cleared things up for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.